Genius, get onto my show.
Well, we decided to part ways, the company and I. And during that year,
Did you maintain your interest or did you sell? You just got out of it.
he wanted to buy me out, and because it was a better move for him to buy me out when it was the company wasn't valued as high.
Sure.
Rather than let me keep the interest in the company for 15 years and have it just compound, which would have been really nice and what I really wanted. But in truth, I hadn't been there that long, so I can understand.
And did you leave on good terms? You guys are still...
Yeah, we're still friends.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's still rough at the beginning of it, but
Sure.
just
You
get
ironed
over
it
it and
out.
move on. And I knew that my spirit wanted to be doing music anyway, and so it was like, you know what? I may be a little bit bitter about this, but I'm actually more happy
Yeah.
that he made that decision and I didn't have to take the leap on my own. So
Yeah, and you didn't have this leash attached to you in Colorado, so
yeah.
makes sense. So what was the opportunity that took you to New York? How did that work?
Well, I went to Minnesota for a year to do the Young Artist program.
Oh, okay.
And didn't know if I was going to be coming back there. They didn't really tell me if I was returning. And I still had all my stuff in Colorado. My brother and his now wife renting out my condo. And I basically made up my mind during that season at Minnesota that it's time to move to New York.
Wow.
And so I found a renter for my condo and just packed up a 18-foot Penske truck with all of my Colorado-sized furniture,
What?
which poses a problem in New York.
Yeah.
Put my car on a flatbed on the
Yeah.
back of that and drove out to New York.
Without any... I mean, you'd made some arrangements, yeah?
Well, I was going to be in Glimmerglass, which is in upstate New York, so I literally just put everything into storage and then got in my car.
Yeah. And that gave you time to figure it out while you were at Glimmerglass. And how did that go? Well, what was Glimmerglass like? It's a big deal.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I mean, that regime is gone, so I haven't been back in a while. But I was well received there. The director of the Young Artist program was high on me, even had me back the following year. Actually, no, I had been there. I had been there the summer before.
So it was your
Minnesota.
second stint?
So it was I was going back as a guest artist the very next year.
Nice.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. And so from there, I like the nitty gritty because I like to imagine myself trying to do the same thing. And when I do, it's a little daunting. Like, how do you just had this storage facility full of stuff and you just hit the ground and looked for a place to live? I mean, did you have friends there already?
I had a friend that I knew through Glimmerglass that we were going to try and move to New York and get a 2-bedroom apartment. And everywhere that he wanted to look and that I thought I wanted to look was just way too expensive.
Yeah.
And even if we could afford it, it was always a shoebox bedroom and then a normal size bedroom.
Yeah.
And both of us being nice guys, but also sort of alpha, we didn't want to
compete that way.
Yeah, we didn't want to compete that way. I mean,
So what ended up happening?
He ended up going somewhere else, I think to see his family in Boston or whatever, and I was living on my voice teacher's couch. And then I just fell into an apartment.
Nice.
Which I'm still in to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Up in Inwood, which is circa 200th Street, just above Washington Heights for people who know. The Heights.
Yeah, right. So were you dating anybody at that time, or were you totally single?
Yeah, I was dating a girl from Denver she's actually from Fargo, but I met her in Colorado. And we decided to move there at the same time.
New York? To New York.
So while I was in Glimmerglass, she was living on Roosevelt Island and trying to get temp jobs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you moved to New York, did you start supporting yourself solely as a singer, or did you have to hustle and do some other things?
Had to hustle.
Yeah. Well, how'd that pan out? What'd you do?
Well, actually, the first audition I did while still sleeping on my voice teacher's couch
Who was their voice teacher at the time?
Michael Paul. He still is my voice teacher.
Oh, I see.
And he lives in that neighborhood. So that was convenient. But yeah, the first audition I did was for Teatro Comunale di Bologna. And got in. So I knew that I had about 6 months before I was going to move away for at least 6 months, if not another year and a half. But I'd just gotten this apartment now, and So I did manual labor for an office
What?
where they were remodeling their upstairs offices.
Yeah.
They were in the basement and had been for several months. And then they needed to move half of their office back up. So this is going to be a several month process of
Moving
moving
furniture.
furniture and boxes. And they had several storage units down the road. And so we would just get in the truck and move all this other stuff, bring certain things back. And
Yeah.
so,
It's steady work.
yeah. But
I
a
mean,
friend from grad school, who is now my roommate, her brother worked for this PR company.
yeah.
And so,
They're like, hey, we know this big redheaded dude that can lift stuff.
yeah,
Come on down.
come on down. So I did.
And what was when you were in New York, what would you consider to be your next big break? Like, what was the thing? Because I haven't asked you this, but I assume that you just support yourself singing.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, to keep myself busy, I try and do some handyman work,
Did you always
painting work.
Did you grow up doing that? I mean,
No,
that,
my father has all of those skills.
so they're not foreign to you. It's like just
No.
something men do.
Yeah,
Same with me. Yeah.
yeah. So I just kind of figured it out, and I didn't know how to do certain. Hey, Dad, I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
What do I do with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hex wrench. Hex wrench.
Yeah.